Everyone, here we are again, and this week we are making latke. I hope I've got that right.
I think it's latkes.
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 Oh well, thank you, Jill, for putting me right. Which are made to celebrate the festival of Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of Hanukkah. And what you will need to make this recipe, it's very, very simple. You need 5 potatoes. I've got 6 because 2 of them are a bit small. So you want 5 potatoes, 1 onion, 2 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of flour. I've used spelt flour.
Spelt flour.
Spelt flour.
It's wonderful stuff.
Yeah, so you can use whatever flour you like, but that's what we're using today. And we've got salt and pepper, and we've got oil, because during the festival of Hanukkah, all food is fried. So, and I believe that is, the reason for that is because oil lights lamps, and lamps, Hanukkah is the festival of lights. So there we are, we've got our ingredients and we're ready to go. Here we are. What you need to do is grate your potato and your onion. Now you can do this by hand, or you can do it with an attachment to your mixer. And then you need to put them either in a muslin or a sieve or anything where you can drain the excess liquid out. It's important that you drain as much of the excess liquid out as you can. And then you put them in a bowl like I've done, the onions and the potato together. Add your salt and pepper. Usually you put in about a teaspoon of salt, and depending on how much you like pepper, add as much as you wish. And then we need 2 eggs, so we'll always crack them first, just to check that they are fresh and they are all right. So there's 1 going in, and the second one. Yeah, that's okay as well. So we'll put that in. And at the same time, we put our 1/3 of a cup of flour. And make sure that the bowl you put it in is big enough for you to give it a real good mix. And this is lovely. This is a lovely dish. I tried it the other night for the first time. Actually, it brought us together as a family, and I'm sure that during the festival of Hanukkah, people are coming together to celebrate and to be thankful for the light that is in their lives, especially at this time when we're having those days when it doesn't feel very light. So you mix it all up, give it a good mix. And I think we're nearly ready for our next stage. Now then, this is the final stage of making these. Now you must be very careful. You need to put your oil in a big pan like this, or the biggest pan you've got. But please be very careful, because you need the oil to be very hot before you place the mixture in. So I'm just going to do a tester first so you can see. Yes, that's hot enough. So therefore we'll add, if you get a tablespoon, it's quite easy really. You just lay some in, flatten it out a bit. This has got a bit of a life of its own, but that's good. Flatten it down. Now these need to cook for about 3 minutes each side. Now, when I first made these, I made the mistake of thinking that they were done. I was a bit impatient, but I didn't take them out. I just waited, because I thought, you know, it's better to have them cooked as they should be. and the smell is really nice. And this is a lovely dish. Some people at Hanukkah, they add other bits and pieces, chicken or other spices, and you can add anything if you wish to make it your own. But this is lovely because that's a vegetarian recipe, so all can enjoy it. And I think that's nice to actually experience other cultures, other traditions, and that's what we're hoping to do, or hoping to have shown this Christmas time, is that we all celebrate in our different ways, and we celebrate with food, and that's wonderful that we're able to do that. This year we might not be able to do it in the same way what we have done, but we are able to do it. If that's just for one or two of us, we are able to connect to our own traditions through cooking. So
You could make some, couldn't you, and drop them off at somebody's house, some friend's house.
Yeah, you could do that. You could, yeah. Because these are nice hot and they're nice cold. And you can serve them with sour cream. You can serve, and they look really lovely as a centerpiece with your sour cream in the middle or garlic dip. But hopefully you'll see that at the end. There'll be something. So they're still quite soft, so you need to give them a bit of time. And they make quite a lot. I mean, we've got 4 in here. It's probably enough for 8. So here we are. I'm just taking some of them out that are done. Don't they look lovely?
They look
I think they
beautiful.
really look nice. So just be a bit patient, because these have took slightly longer than I thought they would. And this one still is not ready. But that gives me the opportunity just to add a couple more. Ooh.
So you do it in batches then?
You can do it in batches, yeah, you do it in batches. And I think the beauty of doing it like this is you can make balls, shape it into balls if you want, but you just get this lovely,
It's like lattice work, isn't
yeah.
it?
You get this lovely sort of design, which is, each one is unique. I think so you have to be a bit patient. And the texture changes. I think the texture changes from being very soft when you put them in to being to going crispy. Here we are. This is the last one. Now don't leave any scraps. So we'll take this out, and I'm sure they'll be eaten. Now when you take them out, whoops, you need to drain them so that you don't end up with a load of grease.
Is that why we've got the kitchen roll underneath them?
Yeah. So you let them drain for a few minutes, and then you get them ready to put on the table. Here's our finished product. Once we've drained on kitchen towel our lovely latkes, we've put it on this lovely plate we've used crab apple jelly with the crab apples from the Jill's garden, and she's made the jelly. And also we've got the oil that we've used in a jug, and you can reuse it. You can strain it and put it in a jar and reuse it again, rather than just throw it away. Because you might choose to make these again if you like them enough. So there we are. Happy Hanukkah. So now we've come to our Yule log. Yule was the darkest time of the year, and so winter solstice was when the days began to become longer. You know, the nights would pull out, we'd have more light in the day. So they would put a Yule log on the fire and burn it, and there are quite a lot of traditions attached to that. But we're today going to make a traditional Yule Log Cake, which a lot of us celebrate during the festival of Christmas, but it is linked to the winter solstice. So we're making it easy for you today. We've got a brought Swiss roll, which we need to cut into 3. We've already cut it into 3, but I'll just show you what I mean. There you are, you've got 3 pieces. Now the next step in this, you can use with the Swiss roll I've got. If you've got or if you have a really good appetite or you want to share it with others, we have another one here. So the bits that we've cut off, we're going to take and we're going to make our own Yule log. And this is a very special Yule log because it's different flavours. So we've got a lemon one and a strawberry one, and that's really...
I think we need to turn the other bit round. The other way is it? No, other way. Upside down. Now this is the teamwork bit.
What?
So I'll show you quickly. I'm going to run around for the camera. Ta-da!
Oh yeah, that way round.
And now you can bring it into the middle. Now you can bring it into the middle and move the other one out of the way.
Yeah.
I shall be your trusty assistant. Move the stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
You can bring it into the middle.
So yeah, I'll
So
bring
you
it.
can see what it's going to look like.
So you can see.
That's
yeah,
much
what's
better.
going on.
That's much better.
But you can create your own designs because Yule logs don't come in one.
That's true, actually.
So you could be very creative.
It's just a log.
Yeah, and if you ain't got a lot of time, who's gonna know? But thank you, Jill, for pointing that out. Right, so you can either make your own frosting to go on the top, or like we're doing today, you can use a frosting which you've bought in a supermarket. And this one that we've bought is in a plastic container with cardboard, so it's all sustainable material. So, and we'll just mix it up. Just mix it a good mix up. It's quite good fun actually. Perhaps if you've got any children, they might like to have a go at this. And firstly, oh dear, look, you see, it's already, we're just going to put a little round the edge.
Perhaps we need a hot knife.
Yeah, probably, yeah, that might be a little bit of a challenge, but don't give up, because I'm sure that'll be. And is that about right to stick it?
So that sort of cements it in place, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
it stops it wiggling around.
Yeah. So, as you can see, it's difficult just to get it on the edge, but that don't matter. You're going to cut into it anyway. Is that about right?
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
So then, we're going to dollop it on. And the lovely thing about this is, you know, the more rugged it is, the better. Because Yule logs go through a lot, through the elements. You don't get you get rough bits of wood.
I think
So
that's a
this-
perfect Yule log though.
I think it's lovely because when I was a child, this was my favourite part, was the chocolate Yule log. I don't think my parents actually realised what the tradition of it was.
A lot of people don't.
No, and it's it's recognising the seasons as well, and how important the seasons are to our well-being.
That's very true, actually.
You know,
That is true.
We've lost. I think perhaps since the pandemic, we've all been a bit more aware of what is around us. We've been able to stop and look at the beauty of nature and really appreciate it. Oh dear, this is getting a bit But there you are, that gives it that rugged look of where the elements of... And the seasons were very important. They were very important to us, but they were even more important when, you know, at a time when everything depended on the season and the harvest for what it does now, but not so much in the way it did then, I don't think. What do you think, Jill?
Well, of course, the seasons were vital because of the growing, so that we had to grow the crops in those days, and the animals, and getting animals in, and in the winter and things like that. So we still do a very massive amount of, we use that massively in our day-to-day lives, but of course we're used to having a lot of things imported from abroad that we can't normally get at certain times of the year, so we're very, very lucky. But if you could use items that would normally be in the shops at this time of year that are grown seasonally, it's obviously a lot more sustainable, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
But much better for the planet.
Yes. Well, I'm really quite pleased with that. I don't think we need to put another one on. Do you think? What do you think?
Definitely need the other one on there.
Oh, right.
So we're going to stop the video now so that we can go and do the other one for you.
So we continue with, we've got another tub of chocolate. I used to love this because I love chocolate. And at Christmas when I was young, that was just my favourite. The Christmas log, actually, I prefer to the Christmas cake. And chocolate was not a thing we had much of when we were young. So to have chocolate, you know, have something like this at Christmas was really special. I used to go to my auntie's as well, and she used to make, she always had chocolate biscuits, lots of chocolate biscuits. Ooh.
Do you know what my thing was? Fizzy lemonade. We were never allowed fizzy lemonade as a child. My auntie used to always have fizzy lemonade. God, I used to love it. Gosh, that was good.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yep.
How things that today, our young people of today, just accept as everyday occurrence.
Mm.
And yet that wasn't for us then. So we've put the final touches to this. Jill has done a wonderful design that just looks like a log, and she was right. We did need two containers with the chocolate frosting in, and we use this because it's a time saver. For those of you who don't have time, this is a way of being able to make something really special to celebrate Christmas and the winter solstice by using something like that. So the finishing touch that really needs to go on, because this, you know, we're thinking about the seasons, is holly. So we've got some holly out of the garden that I'm just going to put in. And make it look very festive. And we've got a few berries to put in the middle. But yours will be yours, and you will be putting on things that make it special for you. And we're going to add a little deer to ours, to remember those animals that live in the wild, and I think that is beautiful. Thank you, Jill, for helping me to finish it.
Thank you for doing it.
And
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I think also this is a great activity you can do with your children, or you can do with your husband or your partner, or you can do with a friend if you're able to. That's lovely. And I'm going to turn it around because you've made a really bark effect there, Jill. It's lovely.
I think it's really good for the teamwork as well, and it's been really good for my well-being because the fact that we've had such a giggle this afternoon doing this.
And we've, you know, and sometimes that's in the doing, and we have created something lovely that's going to be shared, isn't it?
Yes.
And like you say, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful bit of teamwork.
I think it's brilliant. Hope you all enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed doing it.
Doing it, yeah.
I think we're going to do some more at some point.
Yes, we are, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
So am I.